Jacoby Brissett takes command. A new player is joined as one hits IR. And what the heck is going on with Logan Thomas? All that and more on your 7 August Daily Commanders Update. Let's go. Greetings and salutations. Welcome to your 7 August Daily Commanders Update. I'm Nathan Perry. That's the Stoner. We are Ref the District on the Believe Network. And today, Stoner, was a good day at the Commanders camp. No fans today. There will be fans tomorrow as it is the Military Appreciation Day. But by all accounts, practice went a little bit smoother today.
Good practice. No pads. Kind of almost like last week. Maybe it was Thursday. One of those days last week. Kind of a glorified walkthrough. Went through a lot of drills. Probably some install of some certain plays. That no fans there, so you can put some things in because there's no cameras allowed. Good day. I agree. Good day at camp today.
Ron Rivera mentioned the 10-10-10. This is something that comes from Eric Bieniemy, where they have 10 offensive plays, 10 defensive plays, and 10 special team plays that they're working on. So I kind of walked through all of that. Probably the biggest thing to come out of today's camp was actually Jacoby Brissett getting some time with the ones. Ron Rivera again explaining the 10-10-10 concept, that Jacoby was getting some time at the later stage of those 10 reps that were given.
Yeah.
What do you make of Jacoby Brissett with the ones?
Here's what I don't understand. And we've been saying this for a while now, but I still today do not understand it. Ron said he needs to get Jacoby in there with the ones just in case he has to run with the ones during the course of the year. And he wants some familiarity with it. So what he's saying, without saying it, is that Sam Howell is the one. Sam Howell is the guy. He's no longer, we're going into camp as Sam being the best chance, the first chance to win the job. He's the guy. Why won't Ron say it? Why won't Ron just say, Sam Howell is QB1. We're going to put all our resources into that. And we've got a fantastic backup with Jacoby Brissett in case there's any sort of injury situation or anything like that. He won't say it, Nathan, and I don't get it.
But he doesn't have to say it. He is just doing it. They're walking the walk here where Sam's been given every opportunity. We all have known that this is kind of a sham of a competition. This is Sam Howell's job. Jacoby Brissett is going to be the backup. There are some niceties there as he is a vet, and you kind of give him, his just dues and everything. And I do think it's a smart thing for Jacoby to get some rep with the ones. This is 100%. One of the problems we had last year. Sam Howell and the team have both said how he didn't get to throw to Terry McLaurin or Jahan Dotson until week 18 prep time came.
Right.
And you just can't have that. I mean, when was the last time Washington has had one QB that's gone 17 games?
When is the last time they've only had two QBs go 17 or 16 or 17
16
games.
or 17 years? Yeah,
you might be right. It could be we can go probably 3 or 4 years back till they last time they did that. But I will say this, I bet you Jake Fromm never throws a Terry McLaurin this whole year, or Jahan Dotson, or anybody. You can't waste that valuable practice time on Jake Fromm.
Yeah, and that was a point that Ron made today was, you want Jacoby to get some time with the ones, but when is a good time to do it? Today's practice seemed to be the one. So do not worry, Howlers. Jacoby is not taking over the offense just yet. You can rest assured that this is Sam's job to have. Now, one of the job, Stoner, that's kind of up in flux is that left guard position. We're all eyeing it. This isn't like we're looking at the bottom of the roster, guys. We're looking at who's going to be there day one. Both Chris Paul and Sadiq Charles were splitting reps today at left guard. Does your man Chris Paul take over the starting position?
I think he does eventually. Some point during the course of training camp, he's going to be the one there. Just really because of Sadiq Charles's injury history, and he hasn't been out there a whole lot. And I bet, this is total speculation on my part, if this was a full practice in pads, Sadiq Charles would not have participated. But because it was no pads, mostly a walkthrough, that's why he was running some with the ones. They can be cautious. They're not out there going full bore. So, yeah, at some point, though, I think it's going to be Chris Paul's job to lose. but I don't think that's necessarily a great thing. They just don't have very many options there, obviously.
Yeah. Well, I'm hoping Mason Brooks, we continue seeing some sightings from him.
Could
He
be.
might be my district diamond, which would
Oh,
be
yeah.
pretty hard to do as a left guard.
Yeah, right.
Well, showing up to the team is a newcomer here, defensive back Joshua Kalu.
Yeah.
The Commanders signed him at safety. It is one of the deeper spots that Washington has, and Kalu has some experience at even just age 27. According to Ben Standig, has had 494 defensive snaps last season. Slot, free safety, big nickel. So it's got that position flex. We found out why a little bit later. This is tied to, Trev, Troy Apke headed to injured reserve. No Trapke season for our man Trev today, or this season. So what do you think of Kalu coming on? Because this is a guy with some experience. Troy Apke was obviously a guy who probably was never going to see the field outside of special teams.
Right.
Kalu actually brings some actual game day experience, though.
Yeah, but I just don't know where he fits. As Ben Standig said in that tweet, it's a very deep safety position. It's still a fairly deep cornerback position with guys like Danny Johnson and Wild Goose as your backups, and you've got 3 or 4 starters, depending on what you want to call Quan Martin, whether he's a corner or a safety, whatever. You've got a lot of depth in the defensive backfield. So if Kalu ever plays and even makes this roster, it's going to be because of something like this, because of injury. He's not coming in here to threaten anybody's job, even a backup job. But he's got 4 years experience in Tennessee. Not a whole lot of starts. He started like 5 games last year with Tennessee, and that's it. He's never started before that. So it's interesting, but I mean, I hate to say it. He's not necessarily just a camp body, but he's a numbers type game to where he's coming in to fill in for Apke because they need somebody there to practice in that second or third spot all around. I don't see him making the team coming out of camp. No.
Yeah, it's going to be hard, I would say, because he's coming in late, but because he has experience, you never know. He could surpass a guy like Wild Goose with that position flex and everything. Wild Goose does bring some good special teams. He made quite a few of those, but you also have the likes of Christian Holmes and Danny Johnson that could do that as well. So we'll keep in touch as far as what is going on with these positions, and we'll get closer and we'll have a 53-man roster prediction. An important note here from yesterday, great correction in the comment section. There is only one cut this season. They changed the rules. There's no longer, you no longer have to pare down your roster from 90 to like 70 to 53. It just goes from 90 to 53 when you're ready. So good news there. Thanks for that correction in the comment section. I will have to pull up the name another time to give the shout out for the correction here. But as we continue on with the information that you need to know for today, Logan Thomas again out for a 3rd consecutive practice. 4 if you consider the fact that they had a day off on Saturday. And as team drills began, Ben Standig tells you that Forbes was with the ones despite the groin. Chris Paul did start the ones, and Curtis Samuel was just watching. We talked a little bit about Curtis Samuel yesterday and the Ferrari being a little banged up for another year.
Yep.
Any concern with Logan Thomas as he's the one who's been missing significant time?
Yeah, for sure. There's definitely some concern with that's 4 days in a row, 3 practices in a row. And today was very mild, very light practice, as we talked about before. No pads, basically a glorified walkthrough. And he couldn't even be out there for that. There's issues there with Logan Thomas. I'm officially concerned. Again, got a long way to go. We still got almost 5 weeks until game 1. But still, this is lingering. He's not even out there on the field. Like Curtis Samuel, he was out there. Forbes out there. Those guys are popping out there. But Logan not being there, that concerns me right now. For the time being. Right now. Long run, I'm not super concerned. But still, he needs to be out there.
We'll just have to wait for the Browns game to see which tight end actually plays well. And then maybe we'll have an idea of like, okay, maybe Logan Thomas's toe injury isn't going to be that big of a deal because you have the likes of Curtis Hodges who might show out, or Cole Turner, who might, do something. Bates is always reliable, but not really exciting. I think that's where my concern is to me, this tight end room, albeit what could be a very decent group, isn't an exciting group. We don't need a Travis Kelce here on the roster, but it would be nice to at least have a plus guy. And right now, Logan Thomas is your only one who you've seen to show that potential. Cole Turner did some in college, hasn't done anything here and after his rookie year. So this is his sophomore season. And Bates again is like a poor man's Jason Witten. So that's the part that concerns me, is you just haven't seen anything out of this tight end group to really bring comfort if your number one guy is not going to make it.
Yep. Absolutely.
Very, very concerning for me, being the Boomer Sooner guy for Tress Way here. John Keim reporting that Tress Way has some tightness in his lower back. So the team actually brought in 2 punters today. And I saw the punter information prior to the injury information. So I was just already like, no, I don't like that. I don't like that. And now I like it even less, Stoner, with Tress Way dealing with an injury. What do you kind of make of these punters coming in, and could anyone possibly unseat Tress Way?
No, of course not. But this is just one of those things to where you need to have an idea of guys that are available in case something happens. And you want to be able to say, okay, I remember that guy. We brought him in and he can do this or he can't do that, whatever it may be. So it's familiarity. If once you see the guy and know the guy, that's who you can pick up the phone and call if anything happens with Tress. There was zero chance these guys were going to get signed or anything. They're just in here to get an idea who they are, get some measurables on them, watch them in action. I mean, they already said Tress is going to play on Friday. So it's not that bad of an injury for Tress Way. But a little tightness, a little stiffness. All right, let's go just get some names of a couple guys.
Yeah, Tress Way is getting up there in age, and you don't want to be messing with those back injuries, speaking from experience. Let's shift real quick here to the other special teams position. Bagley getting behind the mic. Joey Sly, Bagley, who's your odds-on favorite to make the kicker position this year?
Well, one of the notes that somebody put out today was that Badgley missed a 50-yarder and he was short. And Sly doesn't have that issue. He has an accuracy issue, but he doesn't have an issue with getting it 50 yards. Sly made his 50-yarder. Badgley missed his because it was short. Sly has an issue with extra points. We all know that. It's one of those things. What do you want? You want the guy with the booming leg so they can't return any kickoffs and you have a chance at 50-yard field goals? Or do you want the guy who's going to make every single extra point? 1 point. Who knows? It's Sly's job. I'm sure he's going to keep it. Badgley hasn't done anything where coaches or beat reporters or anybody is out here like, oh, this Badgley guy, he's putting some pressure on Sly. Haven't heard that, so I wouldn't worry about it.
Fair enough. Let's get to our favorite section of the daily Commanders update here. And that's Sam Howell here. And we're going to treat you to some of the video that the Commanders have shared of Sam Howell just slinging it. Some short passes in here, some long passes in here. Again, this is nothing, these guys are going up against air largely when they're doing this kind of thing.
Yep.
I said that the practice itself was pretty good, Stoner, but you get the final say on whether or not Sam Howell was good. So let's make you a big screen.
Yeah. All right, here we go. Sam Howell tracker, very easy. 5-5 so far. Again, this is not if he's terrible or if he's awesome. This is just what the vibe is that we're getting from him in camp today. I'm going to go with on August 7th here. We're almost at the bottom. We have to make a new one. I mean, there wasn't much to do. It was a glorified walkthrough. How can you be bad? So let's go with today was a good day for old Sam Howell on the Sam Howell tracker. He is now on the good side of the tracker. 6 days of good, 5 days of not good.
Love to see it. Love to see it. Absolutely.
You can't screw up a glorified walkthrough. You really can't. So
you weren't paying attention last year to Carson Wentz.
Well, that's true too. But it's only fair. I can only go with what he did today, and what he did today was good. So he got it on the good side.
Okay, I brought it up. I brought his name up, so I have to talk about it now. This is a little impromptu ending here. Carson Wentz posts himself working out. Of course, he is without a team. He has an Eagles helmet on, a Commander's jersey, and Indianapolis Colts shorts.
Yep.
What do you make of him, doing this picture and showing that he's back, to working out and trying to make a team?
As the kids say, that's what you call a thirst trap, right? He's just trying to put it out there so he can get the attention from everybody, and hopefully he'll get it. Look, he's going to be on a team. I'm telling you right now. I've said this from the beginning. He's going to get on somebody's team as a backup at some point. When some guy goes down, he's going to get a call for sure. He's not great, but he's probably better than 75% of the backups that have jobs right now. So that he can do. He can come in and not throw up all over himself when needed.
Potentially. We'll see. Yeah. We didn't ever see that here in Washington, but that doesn't matter as he is not with the team. We are bringing you all the good content every day this week, so make sure you check us out. And you can check us out live on our YouTube channel at 7:30 Eastern, where our flagship program kicks off. Get a part of the conversation yourself. But we'll bring you your Daily Commanders update tomorrow as well. So until next time.
I can't believe I said thirst trap.
Be a fan.